We're going to be True Blue today, and Hunky Dory's True Blue collection. There are so many bits and pieces to this. We're going to have a great time, and Heidi has been very, very busy. So please come play with us. Okay, there are tons of goodies in this True Blue. Here's one that Heidi did not use, and this is a fancy edge easel. Now the kit makes 4 of these. They are all different, except they all have the same look. So the imagery in the center is going to be different, but when you put it together, it has this pyramid style that's foam taped, each image as part of the same image and just layered. And these are easel cards, and whoops, I forgot to do the part that you put with foam tape, but it's there. It's all included. So we just wanted to show you that. And then Heidi has used, well, everything that's here, but let me tell you what it is. The True Blue 6x6 pad. Now there are 12 designs. You're going to get 4 of each, and I'll show you the ones that she's used as we get to those projects. Also, here's the base, which is the True Blue Luxury Card Kit. Now, there's 72 foiled die cuts, 8 foiled cardstock, 8 printed cardstock. That is used all through. We have the foiled acetate that is just beautiful. There are 4 different designs. You get 2 of each. I'll show you the ones that Heidi's used. By the way, on the product pages, you'll see every single thing that's in each of these packages. These are the card inserts. There are 12 of them. As you probably know, this is the same artwork as in the luxury card kit, but ghosted back. Works really well. And then we have 30 sheets, 10 different colors, 3 of each of the Matte-tastic selection. And these are cardstock, and they are A4 size. Okay, let's get to the projects. We're going to start with this one, get in a little bit closer so we can see. And this is just a really nice way to use that luxury card kit. Now, Heidi has chosen to take the paper or the cardstock out of the Matte-tastic, and it's an A4 size. She wants us to cut it to be 11 inches long and 6 inches wide. Then simply fold it in half, and it becomes 6 inches by 5.5 inches. Okay, so that's step 1. And then she has taken one of the adorable scorable. This happens to be the foiled one, but she's not using the foil part. She's using this part over on the right-hand side, this kind of ghosted back, to be the front of her card. Now, by the way, all of the measurements are in the gallery, just down below. You can see that. And then she has taken that piece, then she matted on the white that's also out of that Matte-tastic. And then she has taken this die cut, this one right here. It's all foiled, it's all beautiful. And she's placed it not centered, but over to the right. And I thought that was an interesting idea. And then she's chosen the Happy Birthday, and that's going right here. It's foam taped up. But then look at these kind of ribbon tails coming down. That is from the border piece. So she snipped those off on each end and place them down flat with glue. Really clever. I thought that was just a really fun idea. And she's added a bow. This happens to be out of our white ribbon collection. And she's gone into the Cobalt Country Blooms. This is a 49th and Market product. Lots of different sizes, which is really nice, and different shades of the blue, which works beautifully with the True Blue collection. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 of them there. Then on the inside of her card, well, remember that piece that she used on the front? She used the other side of it. So this side was the front. She used the other side of it on the inside of her card. Simply glued it down, turned it over, and pressed it down and trimmed it to fit. That works perfectly. And then she's also taken some of the other die cuts here, so that Have a Lovely Day. I thought it was so clever to let it hang from a ribbon. I really like that. And then she tucked the little Lots of Love which is right here. She tucked it right between the vases on her pattern paper, and then added another 2 little of the flowers, as well as a knot, and then a bow right there. So everything is completed really, really nicely. Okay, we'll slide that over. Now for a very different look, Heidi has this card. Look at that. This is, whoops, upside down. Now it's right side up. And this is made using, again, one of the printed adorable scorables that's out of the kit. Now this has butterflies at the bottom, and she has trimmed this also to be 11 inches long. As you know, the A4 size is about, it's a little, I think it's like 11 3/4 inches. So she trims it off to be 11 inches, leaves the width, and then she's going to turn it over like so, and then score in 2 inches from each side. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like on her finished card. It's going to look like that. So there is the back side of it, letting the butterflies be down there so that they can go onto the front just a little bit. And she's done a clever thing with this giant gatefold card. So first of all, taking that printed adorable scorable, cutting it down to 11 inches, and then scoring in 2 inches on each side. Then she has taken the, so the edges of these is the panel right here, so that makes a really nice opening. And then she has taken the 12 rectangle and scalloped cutting die, and she has cut that out of 2 pieces that are the Matte-tastic. So this darker blue, and then also this green, both colors that are found in the paper pack. And you can see that she let the scalloped one be the smaller of the 2, and the square one to be, or the rectangle one to be the taller of it. You know, I think I just lied to you. I grabbed the rectangle. It should have been the square one. Oh, I'm so sorry. Same idea. It just happens to be the squares. Work with me here, okay? So then on the center of each of those, she has taken this sheet out of the card kit. And look at it, it's just got lots of imagery for you. And you can see that she has layered the 2 square die cut pieces, and she's alternated the colors. So blue is on the outside, green is on the outside, blue is on the outside, and then done the opposite with her scalloped. And then she has taken the squares and glued them on top. And then one of them she turned on point so that that center is a little bit different. Then she has taken the Thinking of You. Now this is kind of a Heidi technique where she kind of bends it so that it will kind of curve. And then she has double layers of foam tape in the center, and then simply glues it down on each edge. And so that kind of bowing is what she done. Now the other thing that she's done on the front is that she has added some of these diamond sparkles. Now these are shimmer ones, so they're faceted. So she has used the purple, you can see. The crystal ones might be a little bit harder for you to see, but in person I can see them. So they are on the edges, and I'm sure they're kind of invisible to you, but I swear to you they're there. On the inside, she's done the same thing, except this time she used one of the inserts. Many of the inserts just have the imagery on the corners, but some of them have it as an all-over pattern. So this is what she has placed in the center. She simply duplicated the process, except this time the square part is here, and she has turned the scalloped one on point. She bowed this center one, added the bow, and then the crystal ones are right here. Let's get in closer, Steve, so we can see those crystals. I just want you to know that they're truly, truly there. There you go. I bet you can see that nicely. Now, on the front of her card, that's where the crystals are. So one's there, there, there. They're just placed to give highlights to it. So very fun way to use all of the products. Now let me show you what else this woman has done. And I thought this was really, really fun. So she has gone to that 6x6 paper pad. Now, as I said, you're going to get 4 of each design. So she took her 5 by 6.5 inch card. That's the size that we like to use. Adjust it if you prefer a smaller card. And then she has measured, I believe it's 2 inches, but the gallery will tell you, and cut that off and just use that somewhere else. Then she has taken this particular design and she has trimmed it. Again, the measurements are in the gallery, just a little bit down. And then she matted it a couple of times, one on the silver and one on the dark green that was used on our previous card. And look what she's done as she matted those. Let me get these out of the way so you can really see. She has made them flush with the opening edge. And then the card is the matte on the outside. So really pretty. Then she went back to that green paper, and this time she used this very versatile cutting die. It's 8 labels for your greetings. In fact, we are almost out of it, so I have reordered it to make sure it's such a good basic, just like the squares and the circles and the ovals and the rectangles. So she has die cut that out of the green, and then again matted it on silver. And notice that she glued it toward the top of her card. It's about, 3/4 of an inch from the top. Now, I'm not going to talk, well, I guess I will talk about the other things. So she went into that same floral collection, which is the cobalt blue, which just works with everything. And then she's added for her dazzles, this is out of the set of tiny words and phrases. Now this comes black, white, gold, silver, and brown. Obviously, she used white there. Sometimes you think that teeny tiny things like this aren't going to be very helpful, but let me show you. This is what Heidi has done, and it works really, really well. Now she also added a bow out of our purple ribbon set. And then these butterflies and flowers, they came from one of the other sheets. Again, you get 4 of them. And she just cut them out, foam taped them in place, and they used some of the little pieces out of the Dazzle set, because you get hearts, you get stars, you get little swirls and things. She added those into the center. Now for the inside of her card, you'll notice that she took the same one and centered it, matted it the exact same way, but notice that she was very careful to make sure that everything lines up. So that is the mark of a pro. It just works really well. Then some of those other cutouts she put right here and right here. That way you can see them when the card is closed, and they add a nice accent when the card is open. Little dazzles here. This one, she went out of the silver set. It says hello, and there's silver pieces there. On the front, there were silver and white pieces, all from 3 little pieces of this paper. And by the way, those papers are double-sided, so that just gives you extra duty. Okay, Heidi did one more, and I was really surprised when I first saw it. I thought, oh, good heavens, where did she get that heart shape? Don't tell me we have to somehow figure out how to do it, but I should have trusted her more, because this is, again, out of that same paper pad, the 6x6, and there's the heart already. What could be easier? But Heidi wasn't content with just that. She took a piece, in fact, this piece, of the foiled acetate. Isn't it gorgeous? So pretty. And I thought it was really clever, because what she did is she positioned it at the point of her heart, just like this, and then this whole piece is going to be glued down. How do you do that? Well, a couple of things. You can take your glue stick or the specialist acrylic glue and simply put it onto the paper into areas that have a lot of coverage, okay? Then, when you place this down, don't worry about it being glued every single piece of it, because it will work just fine. Then pick this up and just cut around it. Only cut once, you don't have to cut it twice, but it works really nicely. Now this little bit that's going to be left, you can use that somewhere else. Just really nice. The other way you can attach it is to put glue behind these areas on the acetate, because those will cover up the design. So either way, it's going to work. So glue on the paper or glue behind the acetate. But again, don't worry about putting glue everywhere, because that isn't necessary. Then she matted this onto a piece of the Matte-tastic that is the light green, as you can see. So she's got her shape just done really well. She went back to the set of labels to hold your greetings, and this is exactly why they were designed this way. And she cut it out, then matted it again on the silver, and used the dazzles. Now this collection is a little bit different. It's called More Greetings, but it has the same 5 sheets, black, white, gold, silver, and brown. And look how beautifully that Best Wishes fits there. So that worked out nicely. Boy, pretty simple to do that front, don't you think? Now she added some of the shimmers, and this is the set she used. So this is the sepia. So you get all the way from super light yellow all the way to a darker tan, darker brown. So she's used that on the front. And notice that with love is also kind of cut, so it's kind of pointing out. Now she took this front and placed it onto the fold of a card, and then she simply cut it out so that the whole card has the heart shape. How do you know where to place it? Well, just do it just below that divot, and there's the 5 inches right there. So it just makes it really easy. For the inside of her card, now that's going to be a little bit smaller, she simply covered the inside with this Matte-tastic, this purple. And for this smaller heart, well, I wasn't sure, because when I looked in the paper pad, the 6x6 one, there's this tiny heart, and that isn't going to work. But then on the inserts, aha, here is that heart. And she used that foiled acetate again to cover the other part of it. So you can do the same thing. You've got 2 corners, so you can have it go either way as you like. Let's see. Okay, you can have it just go like this and go down. You can use that little bit that was left before and have that. Yeah, that would be great. In fact, that's what she did. So same idea, just place it so nothing goes to waste. Place it right there, glue it down, cut it out. She matted it on the silver, that same silver, and then also cut a piece of the green, matted it on silver, and then added the love dazzle. On these, she used the pink shimmer, diamond sparkles. So again, they're all faceted. So that is the end of what she has done. Lots of different designs, all of this in true blue. So you've got the Matte-tastic cardstock, you've got the inserts, you've got the foiled acetate, my particular favorite, the true blue card kit, which is the basis for all of this, and the 6x6 pad. Don't forget, you might want to look at the easel cards too. All of it true blue, all of it gorgeous. And again, all of the instructions are down below. I think we're one of the few places that you can get actual step-by-step instructions and measurements. Over on the right-hand side, well, that's where you're going to find our money saver. If you're watching this on YouTube, please head over to paperwishes.com. Look at the instructions, take advantage of the money saver, and have a good time with our true blue. And thank you for joining us. And most of all, thank you for being part of our Paper Wishes family.